What's going on, guys? I just got done dropping off our packages from the UNAFRAID.shop from our store at the UPS store, and one of the package was one of our first Bibles. If any of you guys are following us, is we started to do our own Bibles in house, and it's kind of a interesting story. We did have someone that we would send our orders to, and they would do it. We would be contracting out someone that did leather works and would make these Bibles. And towards the end, we did that, I think, for maybe a year and a half. And it just started to go, things started to shift a little bit. And during this time, I'm praying to the Lord. I'm like, shut any doors that don't need to be open. Like shut them, shut the ones that don't need to be opened and open the doors that need to be open, and remove people from my life, from my family's life, from our business, everything. Just remove them if they're not supposed to be here, because we're trying, and we stumble here and there. We're my wife and I, and Unafraid, we're seeking the Lord and trying to do His will to the best of our ability. I mean, we are seeking, we are knocking, we are asking, and the Lord's just moving the pieces around the board, and He's been doing that for a couple of years now, and it's very it's like whoa, okay, this is pretty nuts. So, but it's so awesome to see, and I guess the biggest thing is like how blinded I was for decades. I mean, for my whole, like the majority of my life. And, you see certain things, certain things revealed, and you want your buddies to see the same thing. But it seems, again, I'm going to, quote unquote, appears that you're fighting an uphill battle, but, the victory's already won. But our goal, in a ministry, or for seekers of the Lord and those who are, trying to seek His righteousness in all things and do His will, not our personal will, because many of you have tried to do it your own way and you fell on your face. And I've got a lot of broken bones, a lot of broken noses, black eyes, scars, and from doing stupid things by seeking my own will and not His. And so, we're seeking, and our life has been just pretty much flip-flopped the right side up, because we're not walking worldly. And one of those things is just the kind of had a little falling out with a guy that did our Bibles. And I wasn't too happy on how it ended, and I was about to respond to a text message when the gentleman was just like, hey, I don't want to do your Bibles anymore. And there was nothing that happened, just the orders weren't correct. And we try to put out a good product to the best of our ability. And I was about to type, my flesh was taking over, and I heard the Lord say, no, let it go. And I was like, I don't want to let it go. I want to, I feel like I'm being wronged right now. This is not okay. This guy, because we pay up front for X amount of Bibles, and, he still owed us, I should say. And the Lord's just like, let it go. And I'm like, if the Lord's if telling me to do something, I've got to be obedient. And that's very hard for us in some situations, but I let it go. And about a week or two later, and I was really I was more been about not the relationship. It was more about, I really wanted to put out Bibles, cool looking Bibles, because I mentioned on here before, I really enjoy Bibles and journaling, and because it's just like when the Holy Spirit's dumping some up, if you don't write it down, you're gonna miss it, and you're gonna be like, man, what was that? And you're missing a blessing possibly, and we don't want to do that, especially as we're walking on this battlefield down here on earth. But about a week or two later, I'm just, I'm like laying down, and the Lord's like, just check out how easy it is to make a leather Bible, a cover for a Bible and a journal. So I just, did what we all do. I get on YouTube and start, looking them up, and I'm like, I think I could do this. And any of you guys know me, I'm not really good with my hands unless it's like operating overseas. I'm pretty decent at that. Used to be. I don't know how we are anymore. But I'm not one for like woodworking or fixing things around the house or electrician, plumbing. I mean, you name it, anything that I'm not that, skilled, I guess you could say. And I know that. So I usually have to hire people, because my wife knows that I'm not going to be able to do it. But what's so funny is I started looking this up and I'm like, I think I can do this. And I was out of town at the time and I called my wife. I'm like, hey, babe, there's going to be some Amazon packages showing up. Just trust me on this. And it was like a little leather shop starting kit. And, started getting this in. And I just tried to do my first Bible cover to see how it came out. And it pretty good. And the Lord just kind of gave me the creativity of like how to do it. I wasn't getting frustrated when I messed up because there was plenty that I messed up. But I wasn't getting frustrated by it. It was just like a learning experience. And it was really cool. And it just goes to show when you trust in the Lord, what he will do, even when you think that, you can't do something. And I know this may seem very minuscule if I look back at my life and, my military career, this might seem small, but it's actually huge because I've never been good with my hands, like handiwork in the house. But what's insane about this whole thing is since doing these Bibles, I want to fix everything. So if there's something wrong in our house, I'm like, I got it. I will fix it. Or if I can't, at least I will get somebody that can, but I got it. I will attempt to do it. So it's just kind of like, snowball effects is, you realize what you're capable of, especially when the Lord's involved. Man, it is so awesome what he will do and just starts restoring these things that you should have been doing the whole time. But honestly, laziness, I don't have time. My time could be better spent, doing businessy stuff or whatever, or working out, to be honest with you. Instead of taking care of my home, my vehicle, doing it by my hands, instead of honestly wasting money going to someone else that could do it. But when I could do it way cheaper. But trust me, there's people out there that are way better than I am at many, many things. But it's just opened more doors. It closed some bad ones that weren't supposed to be open. And to be honest with you, I don't understand it. I don't. And we're even told that, don't lean on your own understanding, but trust in the Lord with all your all your heart, and he will make your path straight. And that's all we can do. And that's where our faith is. And so many of us are like, yeah, I can't see that, so I'm not going to do it. And we miss out on the blessing. We miss out on the miracle. Is if we're not squeezed, if we're not put in certain situations where we are put at a crossroads, we either choose to trust God or choose to trust ourselves, we're not going to see his powerful hand and what he can do. And a lot of us, we get into a situation, and I have plenty of examples of where I, went the other way, where I went with Eddie's opinion, and wasn't the correct way. But we miss it. Is we get to that fork in the road. Do I trust God or do I go on something I can control? And honestly, we're missing it when we don't trust in him. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Just kind of hit me as I dropped that Bible off, because it's a big deal to me, because I love Bibles. I love the journals. I just love the power of the word and how it can just transform one's mind and heart, and it comes out in your actions, and it's so important. And it's just, this world is missing it, especially for my veteran brothers and sisters. They don't know the power of it because they're so used to following the secular world of doing what this doctor or this therapist or that counselor says. And to be honest with you, we make our first pit stop to Jesus, and we get embraced by him and listen. He's going to make our path straight, and he's going to take us the path of least resistance. And any resistance that we do take on our path, it is meant to forge, to strengthen, to refine, for growth, not to harm and give us these scars and things and that are going to cripple us for life. That's not what it's for. So I just wanted to share that. I know if usually when the Lord's like, hey, share this, there's a reason. So whoever, that was for, take it back up under the Lord, and, have a great day. You guys take it easy. See ya.